Hello everybody, Dadas here and the Dadas Trading System Workshop, and welcome to the next episode of the Trade with Dadas series. Okay, today was a pretty funny day. Well, what happened? Well, in the morning, in the morning session, I made some trades, and then my break hour came, and then all of a sudden, at about 1500 hours, the internet went down. And I was trying to reset my router, but that didn't help. That didn't help any. And then I figured out that basically my mobile provider went dead. Yeah, and that continued all the way up to 1800 hours. Well, just about, even a little bit past 1800 hours. So I was practically cut off from the rest of the world. Couldn't call anybody and didn't have any internet. Yeah, and then when everything came back up, then well, the market is where it is. Yeah, right there. So there isn't practically any chance for any trade right now. And in half an hour, the market is ending. I mean, my trading is ending, right? So yeah, there will be the no trading hours. Okay, so you see, practically there is no sense of doing anything. So here's what I did. I made 5 trades altogether, right? 5 trades. Profited or won 4 of them, lost 1 of them. So basically there is not much calculation. The success rate is 80%, the loss rate is only 20%. So yeah, very good. Well, in the beginning the usual happened, my usual bullshit, what I call it, yeah. And then I came back with some nice trades. So it's 1, 2, something like 3, 4, and then 1 nice trade, 5, right? Okay, so yeah, not much to show really. Well, we can study those trades because those 2 trades were made on DAX, and we are on DAX now. So basically we can see if we can check out if we can see them. Where were they? Over there. Here, right? Here was one long, and oh, right there. So there was one long. Oh, let's get those lines out so that out of the way. Okay. So yeah, there was one long taken from. I think it was taken from. This candle right here, something like that. Yeah, practically like that. It was taken from that candle. So basically I counted on this much up to here, right? So that would have been like over 12 pips or about 12 pips. But the price action right there was very suspicious. So I simply dragged my stop loss all the way, trailed my stop loss all the way up here to the R3 level, and that's where it got taken out, and that's that. And like as we see here, there was no momentum further. This was a very nice level right here, because from this level, if the market wanted to go up, there could have been a very nice long going up here, because this was a very nice support level with previous, let's say, reverse head and shoulders sort of price action, or a V like so with a breakout right here up here. So potentially it could have been a very nice long. But it wasn't, because the market obviously decided for something else, and I didn't get on this train, so I just waited it out. And the moment the market turned around and there was a consolidation here, I traded exactly this candle, right? So I saw that the price was supporting right here on this level, and again a sharp V. So in other words, you can imagine this is some kind of a pin bar, right? Somewhere else. So the price goes down and then returns back up, finds support at more or less the neck level, and yeah, and a nice quick trade right there, and that's it. And that's And after that, what happened after that is I told you. Then somewhere around I didn't find any nice opportunity to trade over here, and then the other trades I made on US crude oil, WTI. Well, I'm sort of trying to find the right context of trading that one, because on that one my spread is like 3 pips, 3 to 4 pips even. So I can't trade like the DAX, where on the DAX I have 0.8 pip spread, so that allows me to trade smaller range bars for quicker movements, right? But right here on US crude oil, unfortunately the spread is a little bit too wide, so the range bars have to be relatively bigger. They are about, I think, 30 pips or something like that, 21 pips. They are 21 pip range bars. So I am a little bit trying to find the right context for them, right? Anyways, had I been somewhere in this situation, I would have probably traded this. I would have probably traded this, and I would have had about what's right there. It's right there. We're going for like about 50 pips, right? For about 50 pips. So U.S. crude oil is this kind of instrument that when it's going, it's going, usually in one direction. So 50 pips is not really a big deal for U.S. crude oil. But then again, you need to get into the move, and not in all situations, because when the market is in some kind of a consolidation or range, then you can't count on such a quick movement. So but it's a nice instrument to get in on the momentum as soon as there is a pause, right? We call it a station, right? A station. So the train stops at a station, and that's where you can get in on a station. Well, and then you see, sort of today, it's the same situation everywhere. The market has stopped and is sort of consolidating somewhere at some kind of a top. Perhaps it'll retrace back down. Who knows? Well, for the moment, it is what it is. Okay, so thank you very much for this episode. As usual, please like, please subscribe, please join me on my Patreon page, join me on my LinkedIn, find me on Facebook, Dadas Lifestyle Coaching on Facebook. Well, and then please join me on Skype. Let's create some bigger groups, because my groups are slowly, at least my English speaker group is slowly building, but there aren't many people right now, just 2 people. Well, my Polish group is much bigger, over 60 people in my Polish group, so I would like to build up my English group as well. So please find me on Skype. Thank you very much for this episode, and let's make it happen.